Hello everyone, my name is and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very special video because I'm going to do my first ever in-person interview. So if you have been following my journey on YouTube so far, you must have seen I have interviewed many writers, freelancers and digital marketers from all over the world. But all these videos were always online through Zoom or Google Meet. But today is the first time I'm going to conduct a live interview. Maybe you can call it taking my channel to the next level. I don't know what you'd call it. I am super excited about it and I'm also super nervous because I've never had a guest talk to me face to face. But yeah, so for my first in-person interview, I have with me Vidya, who's going to share some incredible tips about writing, freelancing and having your own newsletter. So if you are someone who wants to explore the creator economy more, or if you are someone who wants to try your hand at freelancing, then make sure you watch this video until the end. So without further ado, let's invite Vidya onto the interview. Hi everyone. So today I have with me Vidya, who is a writer, a data analyst and a growth marketer. Now when she told me her introduction, I was very confused what a growth marketer is. So Vidya, why don't you tell us in your own words, what do you do as a growth marketer?
So to put it simply in one sentence, I would say a growth marketer or what I do is help companies who are in early stage of their growth, like they didn't raise any funds yet and they don't have any VC funding yet. So I help those early stage startup companies to improve their growth. Like for example, if they have a revenue goal they want to reach, I would suggest them what to do so that they reach that goal as a growth marketer. So that's what I do as a growth marketer. In another simple sentence, I usually help them to make money, and if they have already have money, I may help them make more money. So that's what a growth marketer does.
That sounds incredible. I think that's exactly the kind of work you're doing at Swapstack, right? So actually I know Vidya through Swapstack. Swapstack is a newsletter advertising marketplace for which I do content marketing and Vidya is the growth marketer. So tell us a little bit about what you do with Swapstack and how long has it been and how has the experience been?
Definitely. First of all, I love working at Swapstack mostly because I am myself a newsletter writer, and I was using Swapstack for my own newsletter work. I was using it to reach out to sponsors, and one of the first sponsors I booked was through Swapstack, and that's how I came to know Swapstack, and I know their team is dedicated and everything. So yeah, usually I love working for Swapstack, and at Swapstack, this is what I do. I mean, we have few features we would want to raise awareness. For example, Swapstack has this plug and play feature where any writer can actually start making money through their newsletters. It's just like affiliate marketing. We provide pre-approved deals from brands, and all you have to do is copy that link and paste it in your newsletter, and as long as you bring conversions or clicks for that particular brand deal, you would be paid as a writer at the end of the month. So I as a growth marketer bring awareness to this feature. I reach out to writers through social media and I make posts around plug and play feature so others are aware about this. And my goal for the next quarter is to increase number of users who are using this plug and play features, and these users are, newsletter writers can eventually earn money as a second source of income through this feature. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at Swapstack right now.
That sounds so incredible. So basically, for those of you who don't know, plug and play is basically like Vidya said, like affiliate marketing. There are some links of brands, and if you have a newsletter, you can just take the link and you can add it to your newsletter, and based on the conversions you have, you're going to get paid. So it's like a super easy way to get newsletter sponsors for your newsletter. So yeah, since we're talking about newsletters, why don't you tell us about how you got started with your newsletter? Because I am a subscriber to Vidya's newsletter. It's called The Curious Bunch and it has so much incredible value. So tell us your journey about how you started as a newsletter and why do you think a newsletter is relevant in today's times?
definitely. This is one of my favorite questions. Whenever someone asks me this question, I'm excited to answer it. So yeah, my journey started in 2020 November. Even before I started a newsletter, I was kind of a curator. I used to go down rabbit holes, and I usually share these interesting links with my own friends. Most of them are not really into reading that kind of stuff. So one of the goals to start a newsletter was find those people who are interested in reading content which I share, curate whatever I curate, and if they are interested in about that, I would usually share to those people. So I started my newsletter and bringing awareness to it through LinkedIn, but eventually I found my kind of audience on Twitter. So I eventually moved from LinkedIn to Twitter, and that's how I started getting more users, more subscribing to my newsletter.
That is so incredible, Vidya. So I just want to know, like in today's times, why should a writer or any person who's trying to build a personal brand, why is the newsletter important to a writer?
Yeah, so when you consider building an audience on social media, let's take for as an example on Twitter. So there's this a very famous celebrity on Twitter who makes his money, who gets his more clients from Twitter itself, and one of his largest audience is on Twitter, and one day he found out that Twitter has banned his account without any warning or anything, and he lost all his audience in that profile. It was like 100,000 of followers for his account, and that's one of the disadvantages of having only social media presence. And if you want to own your audience, I think one should start their own newsletter, or have that email list for themselves, so they can eventually own their audience and build their own presence in this social media, beyond social media. So I guess, yeah, that's one of the important reasons why a writer or anyone who is into creator economy should build their own email list or have their own newsletter, so that they can own their audience instead of depending only on social media channels like Twitter or LinkedIn.
Yeah, that is so true. And in my own experience as well, like your social media accounts can get blocked or banned anytime,
Yeah.
right? But if you have the email addresses of your followers, their email addresses will never change.
Exactly.
So you can directly contact them and they can be in touch with you as well,
Exactly.
right? It's more personal
Yeah.
than just being on social media.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Thank you for answering that. So tell us a little bit about Twitter, Vidya. I read once you recently posted about your New Year resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
I read that you have a resolution about being more active on Twitter.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that and some tips on how someone can increase engagement on Twitter and build a brand on Twitter.
Yeah, so one of the reasons and one of the goals for this 2022 is to increase my following on Twitter, and it's not just a vanity number for me anymore, because through this building my following list or building my presence on Twitter, I eventually found an internship at Swapstack, and I eventually continued at Swapstack as growth marketer. I think Twitter played a big role in connecting me with the right kind of people. So if you use Twitter to increase your audience, to build audience and to build in public, and you can use that kind of networking to land a job which you are excited to work at. I'm really excited to wake up every day and help newsletter writers through Swapstack. So I think Twitter played a big role in that. And one of the tips I would give whoever is trying to build audience on any kind of channel, not just Twitter, is to be consistent with your posting. So if you are coming to Twitter on Monday and absent for the rest of the days and then showing up again, I don't think that's the best way to build an audience. So, and also whenever you come, I think one of the important things is to provide value to whoever is following you. You need not define, or you need not know your own niche just yet whenever you're starting. All you have to do is whatever you just have to provide that to your audience, so that they can gain value from your own knowledge. So yeah, that's one of the tips I would give to anyone who is starting to build their audience.
I so agree with that, Vidya, especially about the niche part. Because so many people who want to start on Twitter, they are afraid that they don't have a niche, so they don't know what to post about. But in the beginning, you don't need a niche, right? You can just post about what you want to know, what you want to share. And later on, as you keep tweeting and keep sharing more information, your stats will tell you what your audience want from you.
Yeah.
So you can just see what are your highest viewed or highest tweets with highest engagement, and then you can see that that is something your audience wants from you, and in a way you can develop your niche as you are building in public, like Vidya said. That's an amazing tip. Thank you for sharing that. So aside from Twitter, what other social media are you present on, Vidya, and what are your strategies for growing? I see you're very active on Instagram as well.
Yeah. So yeah, in 2021, at the end of 2021, I want to be more present in more channels, and I wanted to try my hand at Instagram, especially because the content is very short and it challenges my creativity. So I have to provide valuable content and entertaining content in just like 1 minute, under 1 minute. So I thought, let's take the challenge and be more present and see what comes out of it. That's one of the reasons why I was most active on Instagram during November to December, and I was following a lot of accounts, creator accounts on Instagram, and one of the common things I noticed was that everyone has a plan scheduled and ready for their Instagram account. I think that really works well, but before having a plan or anything, you have to let yourself explore what you want to create for the rest of the year, rest of the days you are going to stay on Instagram. So you have to first explore and see what interests you, what interests other audience. So that was me in November, exploring what I want to put out on Instagram. And right now I'm in that ideation stage where I'm planning content for my the rest of the year, so that I can provide more value to my audience.
That is so cool. Actually, I feel that I'm still in the exploration phase in Instagram, because my Insta is like a mix and match of so many things.
That's so cool. You already have 10,000 followers.
Thank you. I started by writing poetry on Instagram, then I moved to making different kind of videos, and now I don't even know what I'm doing on Instagram. But yeah, it's a fun place to be for sure, and I think it gives the audience a glimpse into who you are as a person, aside from other channels which are a little bit more formal, right?
Yeah.
Instagram is informal, very casual. It's like watching your friend going about their day. So yeah, I feel it's a great way to connect with the audience. So yeah, I think I saw on your Instagram, Vidya, that you recently made a reel where you're talking about multiple income streams. And that is something I talk about a lot as well, because I feel that as a freelancer or as a self-employed person, it is not very wise to rely on just one income stream.
Yeah.
It always helps if you have multiple sources of income. So what is your journey? How did you go about developing multiple income streams?
Yeah. So one of those things which Indians have is that you need to have a government job to live a stable life, to get that good husband. So I don't think that's a good mindset to have, or to talk about that kind of mindset anymore, because there are a lot of opportunities you can explore if you are interested beyond what a stable life can give you. So when you're starting and exploring yourself as a creator, or just as a writer, I think one of the important things is to diversify your income. I think this is one of the lessons which finance people also teach, diversify your investments, so that even if one ship sinks into the bottom, the other ships are still on the floating on the ocean. So that's why I think it's important for everyone to have multiple streams of income, not just one. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And if you're a person with multiple interests, then I think you can definitely explore a lot of income streams. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I started the journey of multiple income streams.
So yeah, that is very cool, but I want to know your story, how did you develop multiple income streams, and what are the income streams that you currently have?
let's start with the second question.
Okay.
I work as a growth marketer for Swapstack, and I also write a newsletter where I get sponsors for every issue. So that's my another second source of income. And the other one is I reach out to clients whenever I see, there's a client who might need my work or finds my work interesting. I reach out to them, and one of the things I do for clients is to write blogs or to write content for them. And I'm also pursuing copywriting courses right now, so that I can offer my copywriting skills as one of my for my clients. So yeah, these are the three main sources of income right now. And the other thing is, the investing in stock market or investing in mutual funds. That's one of them. And
That's a very good passive income source.
yeah, it is. I literally made 600 rupees in one day.
That's amazing.
Without doing anything. I was just sleeping, and then I got this notification.
That's how you make passive income.
Yeah. And another interesting source of income is making info products. Like whatever skills I have learned as a newsletter writer, I gather that information or curate that information or write it in my own words and make a product out of it, and people buy that product. Right now, currently, I don't put a price on my info products, but I'm planning to do that as well. And I think it is going to be my biggest source of income in this next coming year.
That's actually my plan to build more info products, sell them on Gumroad or Razorpay, and then just have some form of passive income as well.
I think it's a amazing opportunity to explore your interest as a info product.
Yeah, and you're helping people as well while earning money. That's amazing. Before we conclude this interview, I'd like to ask you something that I ask to all my guests. So, is there a question that you wish I should have asked you, or anything else that you want to share with whoever is watching right now?
One of the things I would share is, I wish I had known this before I started my creator
I think
journey.
so too, all the time.
Yeah.
What is that thing that you wish you knew?
Yeah, I wish I knew that it is okay to explore your interest. It is okay if you are going to fail. You just have to take that first step where you explore your interest, and I'm sure you will land on something where you are excited to wake up every day, and where you are excited to pursue that thing just because you took that first step. So this is my message to anyone who is very fearful or doubtful about starting their journey as a writer or a content creator or a marketer. So you just have to take that first step, and from there you can figure out anything you want.
And everything that you do might not succeed, but that's the biggest thing about building in public, right? You will fail, but you can always come back again and start afresh, right? Because people are willing to look at you in your authentic self, right? If you fail, that's also a part of your journey. So the fear of failure shouldn't stop you from taking the first step.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, so if the people who are watching, if they want to contact you, what's the best place to reach you?
Through Twitter, or you can email me at hey@vidya.so. Yeah, but Twitter is where I'm always present.
Alright, so I'm going to put Vidya's Twitter link and her email in the link in the description of this video, so make sure to check it out. And that's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and Vidya, thank you so much for being a part of this. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I enjoyed our conversation.
My pleasure. Okay people, bye.